Welcome to the show.
Blog Talk Radio.
There's your echo.
Yeah. I got the echo. It's awesome.
That's one difficulty with having two people with headsets too close together.
Yeah, it's awesome. Go in the other room.
Well, I'm being sent to my room. Wait a minute.
Get sent to your room. There, that's how you fix an echo. See, that works out pretty well, I think.
Suppose so.
Yeah, see? Let's see. Okay, so we'll just pretend like I don't know her. That's awesome. Okay, who are you? That's not how we start this show. We always start the show. How do we start the show?
Well, it normally begins when Snipe begins to say the name of the show is Snipe and other guys, and then we shoot it down.
Oh, yeah, so let's do that. Snipo! No,
he's not there. Still has a broken mic.
Wow, geez. The things that some people do for the show. Oh, well. So we can't argue about the show, but being Snipe and the other guys, but we can try to pretend like we have a name for it.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Okay, we don't have a name. We could get a name.
Yeah, you have enough time. One of these days you have to actually think about a name for this thing.
I'll come up with something. Maybe one day.
Hopefully good.
Well, everyone I come up with, y'all still shoot down. Like, there's good ideas out there, but no, y'all don't like those. So we have nothing to talk about, really?
I have not much I could find. I mean, there's the issue with the whole genetically modified wheat thing.
Wheat thing? Nobody cares about genetically modified wheat. What's the deal with that?
What happened was a strain of genetically modified wheat, which should have been eradicated about, 8 years ago, has spread across several states, and it's pretty much totaled because untested genetically modified wheat. You know, many people don't want to eat that, so it's murdering, I think, was it Ohio? Yeah,
you
Ohio.
You said wheat, as in, like, eat your Wheaties.
Yeah, as in wheat, as in wheat you harvest.
Okay, that's a totally different subject I was thinking.
Wait, genetically modified Wheaties?
No, I thought well, that'd be wholly different, too. I mean, where'd you get the steroids? I don't take steroids, I swear. So, no, it'd be, I thought you said genetically modified weed.
No, wheat.
Oh, well, that's a totally different subject. See, nobody cares about weed.
Yeah, murder crop sales.
Can we just say it funny and sound like it weed? Because genetically modified weed that's killing other weed is just like a whole different subject.
I suppose so.
See,
it's not that it's killing other wheat, is that it can't be killed with any amount of pesticides meant to kill plants.
Oh, so it's the reverse problem.
Yes, it cannot be destroyed.
I don't like this all of a sudden.
I think they have to burn to get rid of it.
Well, can you still eat it?
We don't know. It's never tested.
Well, come on, you're going to... Okay, we can mix these two subjects real quick. Weed and never tested wheat. Give it to the dude on weed. He's got the munchies. What?
Well, I assume if it was canceled like 8 years ago and evidently disposed of, yeah, and the company which has created it claim they have no idea how the wheat got there, and it's not their fault.
Well, totally, of course. I do that too. You know, weren't you ever kidding? Like, yeah. No, I didn't do it, Mom.
They're currently facing criminal charges and about $1 million worth of, over $1 million being sued for.
Well, okay, but have they killed it now? Is it gone now?
Well, no, it's going to take a lot of testing because they only really test it after the wheat's been harvested.
I say we make chewing gum out of it.
Essentially, this costs us a lot of sales for the year to other countries when we're exporting our wheat.
See, I don't really see the problem. Somebody needs to just test it, see if we can eat it. If we can eat it, then, dude, we got, like, wheat. You don't have to worry about getting killed. Every farmer in America will be like, dude, I'm on it. And then it'll be a good thing.
Yeah, but the issue is that other countries may not be too willing to buy genetically modified wheat that they themselves have not tested, which is why Japan has already recalled their order on wheat this year.
Oh, no. All we got to do is test it. Get the dude who's drugged up, be like, eat it. He's going to have the munchies. He'll eat it. We find out whether he dies or not. No big deal. No big loss. And call it a day. And if he doesn't die, then we go, I guess he can eat it. Cool. But if it tastes really bad, we just go, okay, well, you know, half the other countries are on wheat all the time anyway, so they'll eat it.
Yeah, but what if it causes cancer? That's a large amount of time to wait before it does.
Why don't we just put it in, like, you know, impoverished areas where they don't have anything to eat, like Somalia, right? They're always need food.
You can't do that. That's just wrong.
Genetically modified wheat, which may or may not be lethal.
We're going to figure out if it doesn't die, it's going to grow. They'll have stuff to eat. What's the problem?
Just feed it to the animals, the rats. And the rats died, and it's all good. We got to kill them, and we didn't want them anyway. And
well, then what are we going to use to test scientific stuff on?
oh, there's tons of them.
There's tons of them, so use the rats. What if there's not tons of them, though, all of a sudden? Well, I guess at that point we know not to eat it, right?
That reminds me of one fun fact. Do you know what the technical definition of non-toxic is?
Non-toxic? The difference being toxic?
No, that it only kills half the rats.
Oh.
But
It may be poisonous, but it's not toxic. So it's considered then non-toxic. So those non-toxic crayons you're giving to your children may be more lethal than you think they are.
Oh, so they only kill half the children.
Yes. Well, if children were rats, then far more durable.
Well, they're, we get back to other things were rats the other day. Chihuahuas, right?
Oh, yeah, if you the chihuahuas, then we'll know for sure.
It only kills half the chihuahuas.
oh, that's so wrong.
What?
They are rats.
Oh.
I mean, look at them.
No, they're not rats. They're cute little.
Did she say
Yeah,
things.
they're fine.
They can be cute if you put cute little outfits on them.
Oh, by the way, we forgot to introduce. Hi, Sherry.
Hi.
This would be Sherry. She would be on the show tonight because we're lacking. We don't have a Jonathan, or Maurice has broken his stuff, so Sherry would be a fill-in. She's just basically our laugh track tonight. So yeah. But she has opinions apparently, like the Chihuahuas are cute.
If you put outfits on them, they are cute.
I can stand them only if they're half Chihuahua. Anything above that on the Chihuahua scale becomes rat.
What if they're like half Chihuahua, half pug?
Okay, what if they didn't bark? If they didn't bark all the time, would it be cute then?
No.
I have had a bad series of experiences with every Chihuahua I've actually met in my life. Actually, I know one which is a half Chihuahua, which I can get along with. That's the only reason.
What's her name?
My aunt has a bit of... She really likes Chihuahuas. The point that she has always, every time she loses another one, she replaces it again and again. The first one was the nastiest little thing I ever met growing up. Bushki. Wore little sweaters and everything. Hated that thing.
See, that'd be Sherry's dog
We
there.
couldn't make eye contact with it, or it would attack us because it would feel threatened.
Dude, I'd kick that dog.
We could not look in its direction. We could not speak in a mean manner to it. There's this large list of things we couldn't do. And she keeps replacing with more and more Bushkis. She has names for them. What do you remember now? We always call them Bushki 1, Bushki 2, Bushki 3, Bushki 4.
Okay, so like if the dog has more control over the household than the children, then the dog is not a dog anymore, and the dog gets treated like people, which means
She doesn't have children.
whatever with it.
And yet,
Well, then she must not want family members to come visit because that's why she keeps the dogs, because everybody stays away.
No, it comes with her all the time, though. Whatever Bushki number she's on now.
So if you tell her that she can come but her dog can't, she won't come?
Yeah. She
Wow.
has Bushki with her.
Wow. I noticed we discuss your family a lot on here.
I have an interesting family.
They have a lot of issues.
Oh, of course. We're Irish.
Oh, well, that kind of explains it. I was watching a documentary on Irish barefoot boxing, or barefisted boxing. And it was basically these two families that it was all the cousins beating up all the cousins, basically, and it's a shift every couple of years. And they were talking about how bad it is and how it's ruined the whole family. And I'm like, really? You think? They relate with that at all? Yeah.
I never gone blows to blows with my cousins. It would be interesting, though, one of these days.
Yeah. So here, let's talk about this because I found this interesting. The aspects of the way it was discussed. Here you go. And this would be I need to do the chat room, don't I? Yes. Let me chit the chatters. Chatters. Hello, chatters. And we're logging in the chat room. We have anybody in the chat room?
Probably not.
Probably not. That's okay. They can catch up later. They get to see this later when we watch it, so that's fine. Chat room takes forever. What is so funny? Okay, there. We have everybody on board with the thing. And what this would be is basically they have decided, I know, they have decided after years and years of research and study and confrontation, questioning, and counseling, they have decided obesity is not a disease. It's just a personal issue.
It is definitely not a disease. It is a choice. You do not have to stuff your face, okay, with food.
Now they have scientific proof of that because they weren't sure earlier.
There are some people with heavier built bodies and frames, but yeah, that's
genetics, and that's fine. But I mean, and that's going to happen. But I mean, I'm sorry, but when you're 300 pounds and you can't hardly walk, and you have to get, you know, assistance in a wheeler to be able to get around just for the weight. I'm not talking about, you know, like maybe you had a back issue or a knee issue, but just because of the weight, it's terrible. It's a choice. It's you don't. I mean,
it's the American way. Come on.
There is no one obese in my town because if you can't run away from bears, then you are bear trapped.
Oh, dude.
Look at that.
Man, there's a thing on bears the other day that I saw that it freaked me out. Okay, so, and this may be normal to you, but it wasn't to me, okay? There's this guy up in his deer thing in the trees, you know, so where he's hunting deer, and he's way up in this tree. I mean, like, he notices there's a bear at the bottom of the tree. And so, like, he pulls out his phone, and he's videoing the bear, and he's like, oh, check the bear out. Yeah. Oh, there's a bear. Way down there. Hi, bear. And all that. The bear decides it wants to check out what he's doing. That bear scaled that tree in, I think it was 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah, they're natural-born climbers.
Yeah. He was like, boom. And the guy was like, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. And the bear's just kind of like, doop-a-doo. What's up, dude? Sniffing around. Did you need something? And then the bear's like, you're kind of boring, and goes back down the tree. Dude, I did not know they could scale trees that quick.
Yeah, they have to scale trees. It's how they avoid predators.
I was surprised by that, dude. I was like, wow. So here's me, Mr. City Boy, you know, grew up in, like, you know, Dallas, Fort Worth area where we don't, you know, have bears to run from. Believe it or not, we don't. So, and so I would be all like, oh, my gosh, run, run. Tell my wife to run. You know, we all run. Really, I'm like, run, because I can outrun you, so, you know. And then, like, so I'm all like, I got it. Run up the tree. Yes. Climb the tree. I can climb trees pretty good. You know, I'm up the tree. I'm like, see all y'all go, yeah. Y'all went running by, and I'm like, suckers. Oops.
Not very effective.
No, I died that bear.
But if you
remember correctly, grizzly bears, though,
grizzlies, they can't. Yeah.
Grizzlies cannot climb. Black bears, though, are very efficient climbers.
How would I know the difference? I'm a city guy. I'm running.
The grizzly bear is much larger and rips your face off.
Dude, okay, so it could be Yogi the bear.
Extremely.
I'm running.
They could knock the tree down so they can get to you that way.
Oh, okay.
The grizzly is one of the very few apex predators on the world, right up there with tigers, actually.
Great. Just what I need. Tigers and lions and bears will all eat me. Play with my bones, use me as a toothpick. Great.
So, if I remember correctly, the two deadliest land apex predators are, in fact, the tiger and the grizzly bear. No other animals can match them.
Oh, boy. So, if the bears were overeating on me, like they ate me every day, and they were fat, and, you know, what's fat for a bear? He was like...
They burn it all off during the winter, but I have no idea how much those things would weigh.
He weighs like, I don't know, we'll make up figures, 12,000 pounds. That sounds right? This would be an obese bear?
Just about.
Yeah, 12,000 pounds. Okay, so if he weighs 12,000 pounds, do you think, like him and the Bear Society would all be discussing on whether he, you know, it's not a disease for him or not?
No, because come winter, he'll hibernate it off. And he'll have a nice form-fitting figure so he can hunt you down in the spring.
Oh, form-fitting, like he fits back in his skinny jeans.
Oh, yep.
Wow.
So is that what we need to do? It's just like go and have remote or something and wake up and I'll be skinny?
See, it doesn't work for humans because what we do is we do this other thing. We're all like, our hibernation mode would be considered when you put your fat jeans on. And then summer comes back around and you're like, man, that's a lot of weight to get back into dang bikinis and, you know, good looking for, you know, how about I just skip it this year? I'll do it next year. Right. And then we'll later be discussing on whether we have a disease called obesity or not because we're now, you know, we've skipped it like, let's see, you figure what, 10 pounds a year add on, and we've, you know, somehow found a way to make it 300 pounds, you know, 20 years worth of skipping, right? It's about right. Yeah. We're fat. But
if they live in the mountains, they won't be fat for long because they shall be bear chow.
So maybe that's, dude, you know, we could make a show out of this.
Bear Chow?
Yeah, we just, we don't even need the voters to call in and stuff like that. We just make a show, and we put them out, we're, on top of the mountain, and we just film, and every week somebody gets eaten.
Tie sacks of meat to their back and see how fast they can run.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I do have more than just bears up in my town. I have bears, mountain lions, and wolves.
But then we have to put sharks in the river too.
Just tiny little skateboards and see what they can pull off.
On sharks?
Yeah, sure.
I don't need to land sharks.
No, I mean you wait on the top of the hill for the guy to come by. And you have a whole lot of sharks tied to skateboards, and then you push them down the hill at his direction.
On a shark. What happens if it comes up on a thing and it actually does the kickflip grind thing? He says, "I'm gonna get you."
And good thing we're recording it.
Yeah, well, it'd be on YouTube for sure, dude.
Oh yeah.
So, but that's not far from the Hunger Games, right? We're just kind of doing it with bears and stuff.
Yeah, we're just feeding the bears, making them happy.
Yeah. See, we need to find 9 colonies or whatever it is that's supposed to get to the thing, and every year they could do the run from the bears. See, the human version of it. Listen, we could use different countries for it. The countries we've already beat. So Germany's got to do it every year. Japan's got to do it. They got plenty of people. It'd be fine. Japan, Germany, Italy, Mexico, because we beat them years ago. Yeah. That's good for now. We'll just have a short show. And then they donate people and they run from bears on top of mountains.
I guess it'd be grizzly bears, and we alternate between grizzly bears and tigers.
We could have grizzly bears eat tigers too. That'd be fine. We'll do a thing like that. Who wins that fight? Grizzly bear or tiger? The grizzly bear, right?
It depends on if grizzly bear in a straight up fight, but if the tiger has the element of surprise, and the tiger wins.
So
yeah.
So Vola bear
on his back and it's all over.
So Vola bear kills in Italy. Gotcha.
Yep.
Cool. Got it. All right. And then,
mainly because how the grizzly bear itself hunts, he actually has blunt claws. The point of the claws is imagine each claw is like a little sledgehammer, which he then hits on your spine and then shatters it.
He's hammer fisting the tiger. Okay. So, yeah, sounds great. Okay,
yeah, that's why the grizzly bears stand on 2 legs, so they can get a sweeping blow down onto their prey's spine.
Did you hear they found the reason that dinosaurs went extinct?
And why was that?
They were gay.
Oh, really?
What?
They were.
That's
totally real. Yep, they were gay.
Just not enough eggs in the population.
Believe it or not, this is sadly, and you hate to. You wish people would identify themselves as differently. This is from a Christian organization who's figured this out by reading the Bible and comparing samples and blah, blah, blah. They figured out that dinosaurs were gay. That was the problem.
Really?
Yep, totally is. Wish I were making stuff up. They're just, it's just...
Can I sort these guys into my Scientologist folder?
Sure, I'm good with that. Although then we're offending Scientologists, and now we...
I don't care.
Them, They were, though. They were gay. Serious. You don't believe me? Oh, I can't find that there. Hang on. Oh, no. Yeah, they even found fossils? No, wait. They didn't find no fossils. What is it? Oh, here. Maybe this is it. Yes, dinosaurs went extinct by being gay. Yes. And, oh, here it is. Perfect. Got it. I'll post this in the chat room. They can check it out. It's proven. Not really. This is just any other theory, just like anything else. But, whatever. They've decided they were gay. So, my question is, was Tyrannosaurus Rex really doing it with the Brontosaurus? And that explains all the steps and stuff that's circling around as opposed to they thought they were eating each other?
The answer is no. I mean, they're lizards. They fertilize eggs. They're
no. You're telling me they're wrong.
I'm telling you this wrong. There's no real, the reproductive cycle is not the same. They just, fertilize eggs. It's insinuating something about salmon, which then lay eggs and then fertilize the eggs themselves. I mean, the way reptiles and other creatures react and differently from mammals is just, I'm not even sure it's even technically possible among a reptile.
Well, that would explain why would they wait when they extinct. See, this does make sense. Because if they were gay, they wouldn't be fertilizing the eggs. They'd be just,
They wouldn't be doing anything.
Well, they just, I'm the, I don't know. Just, it's a confusing relationship. I could see why it didn't work for them. Seriously.
Reptiles themselves don't really have relationships. It's merely the process of reproducing and then going their ways. If a relationship does not exist, then there cannot be a relationship because there's no relationship to begin with.
Dude, you sound like teenagers. They're all like, "We need to get married." I gotta get married. We're just dating. Oh, wait, we're not even doing that. We're just hookup buddies and blah blah blah. And you're all like, "You've been hookup buddies for 2 years. It's a relationship. She shows up at the family. Come on. You take her to events. Y'all are dating." No, we're not dating. I'm just gonna call them reptiles from now on. I think that makes a lot of sense. Except for they're not gay. Now I'm confused. Oh, complicated world. Okay. Well, dinosaurs being gay didn't last very long, did it?
No, it didn't.
Yeah, that's pitiful.
It's going in the Scientology folder. There's no question with that.
How big is that Scientology folder now?
It's getting larger by the day.
Yes.
I'm going to have to change its name sooner or later. It can't just be just Scientology folder.
Maybe we could call this the Making Scientology Big Show.
Maybe.
Could. Okay, so we have, let's see, the other discussions we could possibly have that, are kind of interesting considering the circumstances for tonight is, why does Nehru have Cracker Jacks? Well, he doesn't tonight because he's kind of not here.
He's off in Kansas with his large, etc. family.
Yeah. Why does Gringo not know what Cocoa Puffs are?
We can't ask him because he's not here tonight.
Oh, well, this is just crazy. And then other than that, the only other subject we have is, Boris's pork bullets. But we'll wait on that one because I want him to be here and to explain that to us.
Oh, yeah, the pork bullets.
Yeah, pork bullets.
There's one thing I came across. The actor who played Chewbacca, he's actually pretty old now, good guess, but he was checking into his airport to go to catch his plane, and he was pulled off to the side by the security force and then heavily searched because they felt that his cane was too heavy, and it had to be searched.
That's crap.
Yeah, he had a cane in the shape of a lightsaber, which, well, of course, understandable if you were in the movie. And they had it. They had the thing opened up because they wanted to make sure there wasn't anything inside the cane, which could have been anyway used as a weapon by an elderly man. That a real danger these days.
Wow.
So we've got him with his big cane. Quit chuckling, girls. Okay, and then we've got Chewbacca. You know what? Han Solo, though, was recently on the TV show and had a problem with him. Han Solo, of course, being his real name. Yes. Did you see when Harrison Ford was on, who? Conan? No, it wasn't Conan. Which one was it? It was the other guy.
The other guy?
Yeah.
Sure the other guy is.
I don't remember his dang name. I don't watch those shows. It was just hilarious, though. It was on, it's on YouTube. You can find it.
Yeah.
It basically says that Chewbacca slept with his wife.
Really?
Which, that explains the big cane. So, the dude from The Sopranos died.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, big news. He's dead. Did you watch The Sopranos?
No.
Me neither. It's a TV show. Sherry, did you watch The Sopranos?
Nope.
Okay, we'll have to start. That way we understand why anybody cares. Okay. What? Something we could do. Why not, since the guns get to the season, who cares next? Tech. Let's go to tech news. Tech news. Technology is creating a surveillance state. No way.
You mean I can do things and the government will actually know what I did? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, now they're worried that it's on the Google Glass. And they're monitoring GPS. So now they know where you're driving to. Isn't that just horrible?
I know. I'm terrified.
Yes. I mean,
how can I send my bomb threats if they know where I am?
Well, you can't send your bomb threats anyways.
Exactly.
We weren't discussing your family any longer.
Oh, okay. Did I already go into that part of my family?
I don't know. Samsung supposedly made a phone that's too fast for the U.S. networks. It's just too fast. We can't do it. Sorry. Like they couldn't. Yeah. It's just too fast for us.
Right. Phone is too fast.
Well, it's obviously too fast.
So did you head down to Japan and then it works just fine?
And yeah, it only works when you're out of the States. I don't know.
I'm trying to imagine a country which would invest large amounts into their cell phone service. Like easily be Japan. I could easily see them having a lot of that.
Here's a related story. Obesity as a disease, and what does it mean for Americans if we say it's not a disease?
Oh, is it older?
It just means we're fat. As a nation,
we're now bear chow.
As a nation, we're just fat. Who'd have thunk it? Oh, there is an ant thing. There are ants that eat technology now. Which makes
silicon or electronics?
Yeah, they eat electronics. It's
must be a certain part they're eating. Is it silicon? Is it copper? Is it rubber?
No, it's just electronics, period. Gadget-eating crazy ants causing millions in damage.
I could kill them.
No, they've developed the ability to just consume that because I mean it makes sense if you think about it. It's not like there's a small abundance of it, and so they've just figured it. We'll just eat that. Especially consider we keep poisoning their food, and there's plenty of stuff to eat inside the house. So they just decided they'll just eat the house. Why not?
I like the rascals.
So I think it's pretty ingenuitive of them. We keep running them out of their little ant holes. We keep taking all the stuff, and then we make it where there's no animals for them to feed on or anything. We won't let them in our gardens anymore. We're just poisoning them like crazy. So they're like, we must survive. Eat their house. It's just payback for us, messing with theirs for so long is what it is.
Death to the overlords.
Yes. So we get rid of the ants will be eating our houses, and we'll be trying to store ant poison and going, why isn't this stuff working?
So insects are extremely efficient creatures. Admirable.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, this is a thing. We've only got like a couple minutes, so we can discuss this rather interestingly. What I want you to do is just explain what you are seeing right there, okay? We don't even need to give commentary. Just explain.
Okay.
Let's see where.
It begins with a baby duck. It stares at the camera. It turns to the side. At which point then you see a cat wearing a shark costume riding on one of those little robotic cleaners around the room as the duck follows.
It's a iRobo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is the duck following the cat?
Well, I imagine it's a young duck, so they have natural instinct to follow anything larger than itself.
So the cat is mom now?
I believe so. That explains why he's following it so regularly.
Okay, why is this cat in a shark costume? Does that help the duck identify it as mom?
No, it's probably because the owners of the cat have such hobbies.
Hobbies. Oh, you sure that's not a chihuahua?
No, because it's not wearing a coat, it's wearing a costume. A coat is required to keep the hairless rats warm, while a costume is more effective on a cat.
But maybe it's the summer. So it doesn't need a coat. It just
also, you notice it has like an actual tail, and you see by the coloration that is in fact fur and not a chihuahua in disguise.
Okay, maybe it's a chihuahua that mated with a cat. A Doberman.
I wouldn't put it past the sneaky little bastards.
It could be just a cat costume.
It could be.
So it's really a cat costume, but they couldn't get it perfect. That's why they needed the shark suit.
Yeah, little seams on the back.
Yeah. And so then the duck. Now, have you noticed when they turn around, the duck is now in front?
It's probably that's just his way of trying to follow at least the pattern, trying to catch up. Maybe.
I was looking to see if he tagged him or something, but it didn't tag him. So anyway, I found that today. I thought that was rather interesting. I was like, yes, the duck. So anyway,
why do people buy such costumes for their animals?
because somebody has to.
Shouldn't that qualify as animal cruelty?
No, it's a dirty job. Somebody has to do it. Anyway, we're out of time. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. It's kind of whatever. Have a good one.